Have you been thinking about decorating cookies? Or maybe you've already tried to decorate cookies and you get more oops instead of aw when you're done. I'm pretty sure everybody that decorates cookies has been there, so you're not alone. But I am going to share with you my favorite tool, the Kodak Luma 150, as well as the Arkon Play Stand for projecting designs onto cookies and for cookie decorating. So stay tuned and I'll be sharing all the tips and everything I've learned along the way, answering questions about how to keep your hand out of the way, your head out of the way, how you project onto here, where to get images from, fonts from, all the things. So keep watching. Everything will be linked down below that we're talking about today, and there may even be a discount code, so make sure you check it out. Hey, welcome to Trendy Mint. If you love baking and creating, tap, like, and subscribe to join our sweet community. We'd love to have you. It's a Kodak Luma 150 is the name of it. I don't know what the 150 means, but this is what it looks like. I think they call it a pocket projector, and it is small. There's my hand. And, I mean, that's how big it is. I'm wearing a hoodie. I could easily put this in my hoodie. It's very small and compact. This is a projector, so I just happen to use it for cookie decorating. I like to use it with the Arkon mount, which is here, and I like this mount because it is very sturdy. It comes with a lot of different things you can add on and shape it in different ways, and we'll go over all of that. Real quick, I just wanted to show you on here some of the benefits and features it has. When I first started decorating cookies, freehanding designs was frustrating. Actually, the process of doing it was not, but afterwards, seeing the finished product and everything all together, a lot of the times was very frustrating because my cookies didn't look like the cookies that I have seen on Pinterest or Google or Instagram or wherever else. So I will say that this projector, it's not cheap. There are cheaper ways to go about projecting an image on a cookie. We're not going to go over those today because I'm mainly just talking about this, but this is my first profit from selling cookies. This is what I bought. I had just watched so many videos and everything about using a cookie projector. So here on the front side is where your image comes out onto your cookie. So it's going to be in an upright position like this. Over here is a dial, and that controls how blurry or sharp your image is. Also on the side is the power button here. Over here we have a jack for headphones, a USB port, a HDMI port, and then this is just the charging port. It's a Type-C charger, which is nice since that's what everything has gone to or is going to. Over on this side, there's an SD card. If you have images on a file and you wanted to put them on here, you could. And then I've never used this for sound or to play a video, but I suppose the sound would probably come out of here. I believe the fan blows air out of this when it's on. So it's a really pretty like pearl color. It's not just flat white, it's like a pearl color and then gold over on the sides. And has the Kodak emblem there on the front. And then here on the back, it just has the sticker of what it is. There are some little feet here on it with little grippers. If you were going to set it and like project it onto a screen or a wall, you could do that. And then there's also an adapter here, and it's just a hole that you could put a screw in, which is what we'll be using on our Arkon mount. One of the things I like about this projector is it is wireless. You don't have to have it wired to something to be able to project with it. But it also has a limited battery. With that being said, even though it has a limited battery, you can still use it if it is dead and you plug it in. If you plug it in and it's getting power to it, you can still use this. It will still power on. So that is a nice feature that not all projectors have or will do. That it's wireless, and you can also use it with it wired into electricity. As far as getting your images, I showed you there's like the SD card slot. There's also HDMI USB cord where you could pair it up with your computer. I've seen people do that. This is what I use. I use this iPhone that we had bought for another purpose besides using it on a phone plan, and it's like a used iPhone I bought off eBay, I think. Anyways, and it doesn't really matter how much like memory or anything is on it, but I will say, if you're not going to use an iPhone with this and you're wanting to use it wirelessly, I don't know a whole lot about using it wirelessly with a computer or tablet. I'm sure an iPad would be fine. But I will say, if you have an Android phone, or like my phone is actually a Google phone, I cannot get it to pair to this. I did at first. That's what I use. It's my phone paired to this to project images. But something happened probably, I don't know, 6 months or so after I purchased this, and I could not get it to pair again. And I have seen other people also say that. It is super easy to pair with the iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, this is perfect. If you don't, kind of consider that warning, and I don't know, maybe it'll work for you. But yeah. So I'm not going to really get all through that right now. We're going to go over the mount, and then we'll go over how to hook these together. So when you get this mount, this is what it looks like. And it's heavy. I don't know how much this weighs for sure, but it's heavy. I mean, it has some weight to it, which is good, because you don't want this tipping over on you or anywhere else and breaking your projector would be terrible. Also, landing on any of your decorated cookies would also be bad. So it's nice that this is very durable. It is heavy and sturdy and very weighted, so it's not going anywhere. This all comes in pieces when you get it, and all you have to do is put the pieces together. I believe it came with like an Allen wrench, and you just tighten everything down. I've had this for a while now. I got it with my projector when I first started decorating cookies, seriously. So another feature about this mount is that this main part of it, the pole here, will extend. And I mean, I would say that's probably 2 feet that it's extending here. You can see that. But if you want it to be that high, you would just leave it there. And there is a thing here in the middle. See that? Like that. And you would put it down on those treads, and you just hold it at whatever height you want it, and then you would just tighten it down like that. That's how that works. The Kodak Luma Projector 150 is currently anywhere between like 200 to maybe like 250, somewhere in there. It just kind of varies on where you go and what kind of sales are going on and such. But both of these items, as long as other cookie supplies that I use, are going to be linked down below in the about section. Is that what it's called? Show notes? I think that's for a podcast. I don't know. It's going to be linked down below, and it's either going to be linked to my site, to all the cookie supplies I use, or I'll probably just put links in there separately along with that to these two specific things, since that's just what we're talking about today. So, right. So price, this is like $200 to $250, not cheap. Like I said, there are other ways that are cheaper that you can use, but I feel like this is one of the most recommended projectors, and it is excellent quality. It's Kodak, so what do you expect? My only complaint is that it does not pair with my Google phone for whatever reason. So let's talk about this. Price on this is going to start about $90 and can go up from there. Up to about $130, and it just kind of depends on what all additional tools you get. I feel like I'm talking into a microphone. With your stand. So this, it has these on there, which I'm gonna loosen it. Maybe. You know what, actually I'm not even going to try to loosen this one, but like I said, this brand is Arkon, and they sell all different kinds of mounts and stands and such. So definitely you can look them up on Amazon. That's where my link will be too, down below. They have a website. Definitely check it all out because they have some cool stuff. So mine came with this little knob thing here that you can see. Okay, we're also going to practice on a few cookies, and I'm going to show you my whole setup for how I make this work. So my stand looks like this, and it has this little ball joint here, and this thing turns and will release this out of it. Now this end is metal in here, and this is tightened down tighter than a tick, so I am not even going to try to undo it. This side is like a rubber material, but I don't feel like all of the pieces are like that, because like it came with this, and this, the ends, feels more like a rubber coated, really hard plastic. And then it has these little joints here. So you use these to connect and get your mount in different angles, and this tightens it up. Of course, if you turn it to the right, tightens these up. If you loosen it, it loosens these apart. Now these go onto one of these ball joints here. I don't know if that is the exact correct word, but that's what we're gonna say. I'll do it towards you so you can see. So you just make that loose enough so it'll go on there, and then you can tighten it. Now, don't tighten it down all the way, just enough so it'll hold, because then you need to decide what else, if anything else, you're going to use. Are you going to use another ball joint and make it out further? Now, for me, this kind of depends on I'm going to be making a video, because that's another thing, is that you can use this to mount your phone on for making overhead videos. Mine came with this extra accessory, and this end of it clamps down the same way, but you notice it's really big, and that's because it can go on this base here. So you just put it around here and start turning this, and you can turn it and tighten it all the way down, and then over here you could actually put your phone like this to record yourself filming or decorating cookies. So that makes it kind of nice. This has a ball joint in it, and you can loosen it. I believe there's an attachment you can use to connect this onto your iPad on the back. But anyways, this just stretches like this, and it holds your phone nice and tight. There's rubber grips on the inside here, so your phone isn't going to get dinged up by this, I don't imagine. I've never had that problem. And then this also can twist all around since it's on that ball joint. You can put it up more, you can put it down more. I'll put the phone on there so you can kind of see. But yeah, so like that. Or if you're I don't know, what if you want to see your design that you're projecting onto your cookie, like clearly on it in front of you, you could put it on here and have your projector up here. So yes, technically you could just put your projector right here with it being this short. I'm trying to find. So for using the back on here, you're going to want to use this adapter. Mine came with one. I actually just messed it up because I thought I would put my ring light on it to put my ring light up here and everything, and it worked great actually. And it will keep working great because I cross-threaded it into the bottom of my ring light, so it's stuck. So we're just going to screw this in the back of here. And you want it to be on there tight and secure. I mean, this isn't going to go anywhere. It's completely in there. So then, try to put it your way so you can see. This is when you want to put this on and tighten it. Whoopsie. Oh, shit. Oh, whoops. Yeah, crapple. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Wait, maybe, yeah, it goes down like this. Not sure what's on this side, and then this. Don't mind me. I mean, obviously you can see these pretty much go together as easily as Legos, you know? Alright, and so then you have your projector, and you could definitely add another one of these out if you want. Actually, you know what? I think I will. Hopefully that doesn't fall. I guess I need one. So this is how I normally have it. I'm backwards because I'm over here. Okay. So, look, you can do this. You can tighten it like that. However you want. You could have it like that. I will say that this has a little bit of weight to it. It's not real heavy, but you do want all these joints to be tightened up completely. And I'm actually going to lay this down to finish putting this in here so I don't drop this. There we go. And I don't want this pointing, I want it pointing down towards the ground. So now you can do this. Just turn this around so I can tighten it. Okay, that feels pretty tight. All right. So, obviously, any parts you have left that you don't use, keep them. You can make this arm of this even longer if you want. If you have like a table you work on and you want this just sitting at the back of the table and want to just be able to pull it out when you want, then you can do that. This is what I do to get my designs that I use on my projector here. I get on this iPhone. Like I said, this is a phone we don't have service to or anything, so I'm just hooked up to our Wi-Fi, and I get on my phone and I go to Canva, open up a blank project on Canva here, and I put on here whatever I want to put on my projector. Okay, so I have these pretend cookies here that we're going to work on, and this is a peace sign, if you couldn't tell, like that. So I typed in on Canva under the elements groovy and put this little daisy flower on there. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm going to just put in the font and or in the text, and I'm just going to write groovy. Or maybe I'll write peace. Okay. I don't know if you guys have used Canva before, but it's super easy. I'm just going to click font. And you can actually type in like retro, and some different ones will come up. I have the paid version of Canva, so if you don't, there may be some limitations. I don't know if I really like that one. And let's do that. See if we can make that fit. So we have it on our screen here. You don't even have to save it off Canva to your phone. You can actually just take a screenshot, and then when you go to your photos, it will be here. Now here's the thing, is because this projector is actually meant to be used like this, if you're going to use it like this and put your cookie here and write on it like this, you're going to have to flip this image. Another solution is to flip this around like this, put your cookie here, and then work on it like that way. I've done either. If you're making videos and you're taking a video from above, you're going to want it like this. So all you have to do is flip your image, and you just hit edit, and then the little crop button, and then that's not it, the mirror image up here. Done. Okay, so we have our image. So let's pair these up together, see how it goes. So I'm just going to press the on button over here. I don't know if you can see the lights on the front over here indicate how much battery you have. So right now we are at 3. I don't know if you can see that. So we kind of held it, and I can hear it turn on. There's like a faint fan sound. It's very quiet. And then you see the buttons on the front up here illuminate. And our screen of selections is going to be down here. Now, if you need this to be up higher, remember you can just do this. Actually, I might just do this on here. I think you're going to be able to see it better, maybe. And so it already comes up highlighted on wireless. You also have video, photo, and HDMI. So depending on what kind of input method you're using is which one you're going to want to pick. And on here, you just use these arrows over to that light up beside the button here to pick what you want. So it's already on wireless, so I'm just going to hit that center button, which is kind of like your enter. And it has on here, actually, if you have an Android phone, this is how I used to set up my Google phone, is that through the instructions that come up on here. But if you have an iPhone, I'm going to show you all you have to do, which you may have to do this the first time. But since I've already paired with this, all I have to do is go in here to my settings and go to Wi-Fi, and it's going to come up. It's already up here, Kodak, when I turn it on. When I turn this on, Kodak shows up on my internet wireless list, my Wi-Fi list. So I press Kodak, and it's going to connect. Okay, I got a check mark, so it's connected. And so now we're just going to go home, and what I do is just pull up from the bottom and hit this screen mirroring button. And then I press Kodak again, and then whatever's on my screen is going to show up down here. Just like that. So now we're going to go over to the photo we took. It's not the photo we took. We're going to go over to the camera and look at the photo we took. Oh my gosh. I didn't need to mirror this. I needed to flip it upside down. Let me just fix that. So let's mirror it back and let's flip it so the image is upside down. Done. This is like the angle I'm set up at. It might be just slightly tipped outward, but not really. So you might be thinking that that's really small to put on a cookie, and you're right, it is. So what you can do on your phone here is all you have to do is zoom, and do you see what happened? It zoomed there. So you can adjust this however you want. And then you have this nice little mount on your Arkon mount. You can put your phone in here and you can reference it whenever you need to. So we're going to actually pipe this on. So you can see. Are you telling Joe to get in the shower?
Yes. Hey, it is 5:22 in the tower. You are out of time. Yeah, come on.
So
I know.
what? Alright, I'm gonna finish this video.
Okay.
When people use these projectors in videos, it looks a lot easier than it actually is. I'm just gonna take my icing here and cut the tiniest little end off. And we're gonna start. So what I do is I kind of hold my hand like this so I can see the tip of my bag and the design. And you can't, I don't think you're going to be able to just start and go completely because you're going to have blind areas. You're going to have to kind of stop and reposition and look and make sure you're getting the right thing. Another thing is that if you, sometimes you can feel like your head is getting in the way, well, then you have your mount too far out more than likely, and you need to push it back that way. A lot of people complain that their hand's in the way because they're used to piping like this. Well, it is going to be in the way if you're going to pipe like that. You got to tip your hand to the side a little bit and get it out of the way. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to trace around this P. And this is actually a pretty runny icing. I just grabbed it out of the freezer before I started this video, and I wasn't sure what consistency I was getting. It is on the runnier side. Paper towel around here somewhere. They make it look on videos a lot easier than it is to trace around basically a shadow. You don't have an actual line there that you're tracing around. So if you struggle in the beginning, a good tip is to use an edible marker, and you can trace your design on These are not real cookies. They're actually clay, and it's bumpy, and it's very hard to write on. But your cookies won't be like that. And then another benefit also from using a pen like this, especially if you're doing some intricate designs, is you can draw them on and then pipe them, you know, when you're done drawing them all on, and it saves your battery time on your projector. Anyways, you get it. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish. Only thing is if you use black, you gotta make sure you get it all covered. Whoops. Well, super. I would just use a scribe and do this, except this isn't a real cookie, and so yeah, it's not gonna work. This is so runny, guys. This is not piping or writing consistency frosting. I'm just gonna go back in and fill this P in. I'm just gonna show you that there, but there's the letter P all finished, and it just makes it look nicer. You can see your design all laid out on your cookie before you start writing, so your writing doesn't end up going wonky or looking bad, or you run out of room. That can be a problem too. But usually I just set a tray here, and I just would slide this cookie over, slide my next cookie up, and keep going. If you want to change your image, you just hop back on your phone and you can scroll through, put whatever images on there. These are like all cookie images. And this gets pretty dang big. I mean, that's as big as I can make that, but I mean, that's pretty big. And if you wanted it even bigger, you could just go into Canva and make this bigger before you screenshot it. You could also move your projector up higher so that it's bigger, just like you can move it down and make it smaller, up and make it bigger. I usually work with it probably at about my bottom of my projector
Wanted to
is
pop this
probably
comparison up real
about
quick of the
18
before and
inches
after
from the counter. I
not
feel
using
like
a
that's a good
projector
height
to
where it
using a
doesn't get
projector
in the
when
way.
decorating cookies. It really makes all the difference. Pairing it with the Arkon mount, which is superb quality. These are a total game changer, and I would be lost without these. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future baking content. And until next time, stay sweet.